Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of appropriate ages, this is the Daily Deucey podcast for today, Friday, Pizza Day, March 12th. Honestly, feeling fucking good today. Sun is shining, literally got shorts on. The weather is really starting to come around. Our backyard is about to get hooked up big time once this weather starts coming around. And it's going to be a really, really bigly spring and summertime. Can't wait. Feeling good. Got a bunch of good articles today. This is even earlier than I usually do it. And the articles are just fire today. I got to be completely honest. Had the stream last night and the night before. It's going well. I probably will stream tonight. Probably not on the weekends though. But we have so much content coming up. I've literally been saying it for months, so everyone's probably not even listening any longer, but we really, really do. I have a large list of people for the podcast. I have a couple other podcasts that we're in the works, and shit's coming in big. So for our first story of the day, Saki. So I had to look up this name. Jen, her name's Jen, right? Jen Saki. I had to look up her name because I didn't know how to pronounce it, but apparently it's Saki. From Jen Psaki, Biden honoring and valuing Indians by saying they are taking over the U.S. Biden is probably a sweet guy at the heart of it. He probably doesn't actually understand what's going on right now, but he might be the most inept. I don't think he's a stupid person, but he is completely in over his head. Say what you want about Trump, doing stupid things and kind of being brash and kind of saying outlandish things. He didn't say incoherent, mumbling, just rambling things over and over. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki on Thursday said that President Biden meant no offense when he said last week that Indian Americans are, quote, taking over the country, unquote, and that he was actually honoring and valuing their contributions. I mean, Jesus Christ. If Trump said something like that, people would be falling all over themselves. So, again, Trump made many mistakes, but I just want people to be fair. With the Capitol riots in comparison to multiple Antifa riots, we made a big deal about the Capitol riots, but Portland has been burning for 200 days. So can we just be fair at least? Psaki was asked at her daily press briefing by journalist Lalit Jha of the Press Trust of India if she could clarify Biden's remarks after criticism. The president was just recognizing and honoring and valuing, or this was his intention, the incredible contribution of Indian Americans to science. He was speaking to an Indian American woman who is, of course, a scientist. That's also you did it again, Jen Psaki. So he was speaking to an Indian American woman who is, of course, a scientist. So are there Indian Americans who aren't scientists? Are those Indians just pieces of shit? And he was also, of course, recognizing the incredible contribution of his own vice president. And he just believes that was a reflection of his belief that the Indian Americans make a great contribution to the fabric of society. And that's what he was trying to convey. Okay, babe, that's not what he said, though. He's let's get to actually what he said. Look at him, dude. How did we allow this to happen? Why not? I don't get that. If they wanted Kamala to be president so bad, why not just put her up as the Democrat? I don't get it. That's racist, to be honest. If the Democrats were just so worried about putting a black woman up there, just let it fly, babe. If you believe in her so much, let it go. Biden made his eyebrow-raising remark during a webcast with Swati Mohan, NASA's guidance and controls operations lead for the Mars Perseverance rover landing. It's amazing. Indian descent Americans are taking over the country. You, my vice president, my speechwriter, Biden said. It's amazing. Indian descent Americans are taking over the country. That's what Biden said, dude. So, like, I don't think he meant it in like a malicious way, but if that's what he said, like deep down, that's what he believes. So Biden is just, it's so funny. Like the left rails against old white straight men, and then they just elected an old, like a traditionalist old white straight man who like used to be friends with KKK people and says things like Indian Americans are taking over the country. I don't know. Biden has previously drawn criticism for awkward remarks about racial minorities, including about Indian Americans. In 2006, while a senator, he said, in Delaware, the largest growth population is Indian Americans moving from India. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking. Like, what? Does he think that's like endearing? Like, again, can we just be fair? If anyone on the right made any sort of stereotypical or racist comment, whether they were trying to be endearing or not, they would be canceled. Like, what are we talking about? Biden says the most ridiculous, racist, sexist, misogynist shit over and over and over and over and over, and he just gets a pass every stinking time. We'll move on. Deucey crypto update, 12:18 p.m. on March 12th. Bitcoin still holding firm, about 1% up for the day, 57,486. Ethereum down 1% for the day at 1,777. God, I should buy some more at 777. XRP down just under 2% at 44 cents, and Doge just about even at 6 cents. So we have been talking about NFTs and non-fungibles, and this Top Shot is kind of one of the top sports equivalents of it. And this thing, I don't want to kind of keep going on NFTs, but this is the hot shit right now. From Brian Quarmby, collector turns down $1 million for NBA Top Shot moment originally bought for $100,000. Wow, dude. So this guy bought it for $100K. He was going to go 10x to get to $1 million, and he said no. An NFT collector has turned down $1 million offer for a token depicting a basketball highlight. The prized NFTs from Dapper Labs' NBA Top Shot has turned down a $1 million offer for a single token depicting New Orleans Pelicans pro basketball star Zion Williamson. The collector, Jer Levine, so probably a guy named Jerry Levine, bought the #1 jersey match S1 Hollow Zion Williamson NFT on January 25th. So basically a month and a half ago for $100,000. The token is of legendary rarity and was first issued in the Hollow MMX pack during Series 1 of Top Shot. So these, I guess, I'm not going to get too much into Top Shot because I don't have all the info. I honestly should get kind of more info on Top Shot. But basically, they're like digital packs of cards, I guess. So that would be cool. So NBA Top Shot, a blockchain-based marketplace that allows NBA fans to purchase rare multimedia moments depicting key players and highlights from basketball history, has exploded in popularity in recent months, with Dapper moving to limit how many new accounts are created on the platform in response to overwhelming demand. While tokens with low serial numbers tend to fetch higher prices, moments that feature either #1 serials or serials that match the jersey number of the player depicted in the NFT are the most prized. So that makes sense. With Zion Williams' jersey number being #1, cards featuring him and his jersey matching serial number are extra valuable. So the serial number of the non-fungible is going to match the player's jersey number. And for a guy who's #1, that means there's one of one. Wow. Williamson is not the only player whose moments are fetching huge prices, with tokens depicting NFTs LeBron James of the Lakers, recently selling for as much as $200K, $125K, and $80K. The growth of NBA Top Shot has seen collectors amass millions worth of NFTs since its soft launch in October 2020. An NFT collector named Pranksy started off with a $600 initial investment, which has turned into $7 million collection. Fuck. Gosh darn it, man. How was I not involved in that? Fuck me. $600. He turned into $7 million, bro. You know how many podcasts I'd be doing with $7 million in the bank? Holy sugar. The Wall Street Journal recently covered Top Shot collector Michael Levy, who spent $175,000 on a collection that is worth roughly $20 million. Fuck. Roham Garagazlu, chief executive director of Dapper Labs, told the publication the team had not been prepared for Top Shot's explosive rise popularity. We knew this was rocket fuel. The thing that surprised me how quickly mainstream basketball influencers adopted it. Wow, dude. So, again, if you got kids, these are things like, because it went up fucking, that's October 2020. It's only like October, November, December, January, like, that's like 6-7 months ago. This guy turned 600 into 7 million in 7 months. Fuck Bitcoin. I need fucking digital videos of fucking layups. Holy sugar, man. Digital videos. Not even a digital video. Where's the, like, this is the hologram? It's just a picture. Jesus Christ. Well, anywho. This story was really kind of ridiculous and silly, so I had to kind of hit on it. Clifton hired a firm to investigate its police department. Now the firm is suing the town. You can't make this shit up. Clifton is facing a lawsuit for refusing to pay the investigators commissioned to determine whether more than a dozen Clifton police officers were harassed by their superiors. A judge will determine on Thursday whether the city needs to pay the law firm of Nicholas Palma and Valerie Palma de Luisi, which performed the investigation. Is that his sister, his wife, his ex-wife, his mother, his daughter? I don't know. Their report leaves much to be desired, city manager Nick Villano said. Palma encountered that they did all they were contracted to do. Yeah, before we even get into the weeds of this, like, I would hate to be sued by a law firm. Like, you bring them in the first place, and you're going to have your own lawyers, but the town's going to pay probably no matter what, and they're going to pay for lawyers either way if they're getting sued. The city said the report was not up to snuff, principally because Palma would not submit the notes of his interviews with the officers. To get the officers to be forthcoming, Palma said, he had to promise confidentiality. To release the notes would be unethical and might cause more retaliation against them, Palma said. Yeah, like, what are they talking about? Bro, the town's fucking up here from my point of view. You have allegations of higher-ups treating the lower people like shit and retaliating against them, and, like, ongoing controversy concerning the officers who claimed they were harassed and subjected to discrimination and retaliation from their military service and obligations. So the people that they're fighting against, you want the notes to see which fucking person said what against you? Like, come on, bud. Come on. That's fucked up. Like, that's not right. Without the notes, it makes it impossible for the city to take any corrective action, and the report will be largely useless. What? How does that make sense? Whatever the report says you need to do is the corrective action that you should do. What are we talking about? Like, if you give me a broken widget, I'm not going to pay for it. Okay, bud, the widget works exactly as it was supposed to work. You just don't like how it works. I don't know what to tell you. The officers in question are all military reservists and claim that when they went to train or were sent overseas, they were taken to task by their supervisors. You know what? Go fuck yourself, Clifton fucking police department. Like, these guys are going to fucking Afghanistan and you're giving them shit because they're not on fucking Valley Road in Clifton? Fuck you. During a stormy April 2019 city council member meeting full of police and police supporters, Villano announced that the city was undertaking an investigation in part to alleviate the officers' concerns. After the 32-page report, okay, so, like, it wasn't up to snuff. It's a 32-page report. After they filed the report, he submitted the invoice. Attorney Dominic Carmagnola said Palma's firm, by holding back the confidential notes, limits Clifton's ability to take corrective action. The city needs to know it can rely on this report. What are you talking? You hired the fucking firm, dude. The people who are being investigated shouldn't get how are you ever going to get information out if the confidential fucking depositions or whatever the fuck you call it, if the other person just finds out every time? Come on, dude. The city, however, Carmagnola has asked the court to vacate the judgment. The Palma firm filed suit in December, and on February 11th, the lawyers won a judgment that the city did, in fact, owe them $10,000 plus court and attorney's fees. So then the town lawyer asked the court to vacate the judgment. The city wasn't properly notified, he said. Notice may have been delivered, but given the extenuating circumstances caused by COVID, it may not have reached the correct people. Okay, get the fuck out of here, dude. You can't. So it probably was delivered. A lawyer doesn't say may have. Like, come on, man. Wow, Clifton looks like shit in here. And again, I am not a lawyer or a law enforcement person. I'm just a fucking stooge with a fucking mic and a good computer. But what are you talking about, Clifton? You look like idiots. A, you're just wrong in the first place. And now you're saying we weren't properly notified. It may have been delivered, but, we got COVID, so we didn't get it. So we should just vacate the whole thing. Are you out of your minds? Are you out of your minds? Anywho, I have to kind of, Genius Alerts, $6.99, GTX 93080. Oh, man, I should take it. Okay, so for the last article here, this is something that I am super fucking pumped up about, and I fucking love Ninja Turtles. Like, love Ninja Turtles. It's funny. Like, I don't love Ninja Turtles now. Like, I don't have any Ninja Turtle shit here. And any, like, new kind of recreations of the Turtles is kind of corny. And those movies were, like, the newest movies were kind of corny as well. But when I watch this video that I'm going to play, I get so jacked up because it really brings back great memories. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge announced for PC and consoles. From some of the creators of the Scott Pilgrim game and the publishers of Streets of Rage 4. So I can't even get myself together here. If you remember the Ninja Turtles game that was like in the arcade, similar to the Simpsons side-scrolling arcade game, which was fucking awesome as well, that game was the bomb. So you had the four joystick parts. You could play up to 4 people. You're side-scrolling. You're beating up the fucking people. You used to play it at Wallington Lanes. They definitely had it. And it was great. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge has been announced for PC and consoles. It's a 4-player co-op side-scrolling brawler developed by members of the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game team. Well, fucking whatever. Inspired by games like 1991's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Turtles in Time, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge offers a classic pixelated art style and shell-shocking new abilities built on a foundation of classic brawling mechanics. Fuck. Well, I'm fucking jacked up for this. Players will fight through a breathless tour of iconic TMNT locations such as the NYC sewers and Dimension X to thwart Bebop, Rocksteady, Krang, and Shredder. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna play the video, and it's fucking awesome. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in the nutshell. like 90s cartoon style. How is this old school? Heroes in the head, turtle power! Now, look at the fucking game. Sick. Sick. So sick. Kids are probably looking at that like, what the fuck is that? That looks like the worst game I've ever seen in my life, but it's gonna be fucking great. I cannot wait. Can't wait. When is it coming out? Please tell me now. I'll fucking buy it right now. Pre-ordering that shit. Oh my lord. Bro. The trailer from Shredder's Revenge also debuts a new take on the famous TMNT theme song performed by Faith No More's Mike Patton. Who fucking cares? A release date for the game was not provided. That's lame. Published by Dotemu in association with Nickelodeon, developed by Tribute Games, screenshots. Got some more screenshots. Oh, this looks sick, dude. I hope it's not that pixelated like up there. Like that would be a little lame. It's got to come to mobile too, right? You would think. This looks like PC and console though. Anywho, 21 minutes now. Fucking jacked up about the Turtles. And jacked up about what we got going with the fucking Deuce Staley content. We got this podcast. Might do another podcast with my California cousin John and call it the Daily Staley. I know it's inventive. Quite inventive. But other than that, the fucking weather's great. Basketball's over, which I'm not super happy about. But what I am happy about is I get to spend more time with the kiddies, whom I love so much. So shout out to Danny Boy and Johnny Boy and my beautiful wife. And adios.